Over 50,000 Maryland students from the public and private schools receive complimentary visits to the National Aquarium each year through the Maryland State Department of Education program. Sarah Alfred, the Director of Government Affairs, has been a working advocate at the National Aquarium for 3 years.
Every year we know which students are coming and from what schools, so we gave Delegate McCray and Delegate Hayes a list of the schools in their districts that participate in the program and asked them to see if there are schools that aren't participating and how we get them here. So Delegate McCray reached out to Miss Rita at Hazelwood Elementary, and he was able to work with Councilman Brendan Scott to secure a bus. We were able to get them in at a particular time that wasn't hopefully too crowded for the kids, and I think they had a really good experience.
The National Aquarium is located on Pratt Street in the Inner Harbor area of Baltimore, Maryland. Approximately 1.5 million visitors come to the aquarium each year.
I think it's really important to our mission, which is to inspire conservation of the world's aquatic treasures, that we make sure that we're accessible to every Maryland resident and every Baltimore City resident. We're the National Aquarium. We are the only aquarium in the country to have that national designation, but it's important that we are an asset to the community. So our access programs range from the Bring in Maryland school kids here every year to half price Friday nights, where you can come year round on Friday night after 5 and only pay half price. We have a great program called Maryland Mornings, where if you come in the fall and winter before noon, you get $10 off for an adult and $5 off for kids. So it's all about making sure we're a community asset.
Councilman Brandon M. Scott of the 2nd District of Baltimore City teamed up with Delegate McCray to make the National Aquarium field trip a great experience for the Hazelwood Elementary students.
Opening their doors to our children as they have, and we're so thankful for their partnership throughout the years and continue to bring those children into the aquarium for free. But opening their doors and showing these children things that they would not see if they don't go in that aquarium. We don't know. We could have a marine biologist just sitting in Hazelwood Elementary or Gardenville Elementary, but if we don't take them to that National Aquarium, which is 10, 15 minutes from their home, then we're hurting that child. And when you have these resources in the city, it's up to us as the elected officials and the community, greater community, to provide them with those opportunities.
In need of transportation, Councilman Scott generously provided a bus for the Hazelwood Elementary students to visit the National Aquarium.
My thought was easy. It was send an email to my staff to get a bus for the children. That's something that my expense account, where some councilmen like to use their expense account to travel for themselves, I like to use it for the children of my district to travel, because I know for me how those experiences of going to the arena, going to zoos, going to the aquarium, going to Washington, whatever the city was providing for us as a child meant so much to me, and I want these children to have those experiences and more.
Rita Cruz, a dedicated Baltimore City educator for 39 years, chaperoned her Hazelwood class during the field trip to the National Aquarium.
Oh my God, we were all ecstatic. We were so happy. The reason is that in the school system, usually we do not have any funds or resources to sponsor major cultural arts trip. So when Delegate McCray indicated that he would be sponsoring a trip for my students, it was like we all just say, yay! We were just so ecstatic.
Ms. Rita's class took part in meeting over 20,000 animals at the exhibits. For lunch, Delegate McCray arranged for Sully's Seafood and Barbecue to provide for the Hazelwood students.
There was one assessment that the students took, and when that assessment was over, the students reminded me, hey, Miss Cruz, remember when we were down at the aquarium? We saw this, we saw that, we saw all these different sea life. So it just made me feel fantastic. It really did, because I was just so happy that my students, I usually call them my kids, got the chance to experience first-handedly sea life. They could see it, they could touch it. And not only that, they were able to ask questions, to the volunteers who were there.
With the help of Delegate McCray, his office, and Councilman Brandon Scott, Ms. Cruz and her students were able to utilize one of the many educational opportunities provided by the City of Baltimore and the State of Maryland.